Hi, everybody. My name is Rhys. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Ekkobar. And today we're going to talk about how you answer the question of playing the $1 million guessing game. So a lot of people ask us, what is the $1 million guessing? So we're going to pick on Jay Morant for a second. So about a month-ish ago, Jay Morant posted a photo of himself on Instagram holding a gun, which was a clear violation of his basketball contract. It's actually the second time he's done it. With it, his agent had to figure out not only how to save his basketball contract, but he had to figure out how to save his sponsorships. And Jay Morant had two big sponsors. One was a sports apparel company, and one was a power drink company. So besides the $14 million in sponsorships he was getting, the sports apparel company, 3 days after the post, was supposed to launch a sneaker line for Jay. A week later, the drink company was launching a line. So they ended up canceling everything and not only losing the money in the sponsorships, but also the merchandising to build the product, the advertising, the marketing, all gone. And so as we like to say, in a matter of seconds, $20 million evaporated. So that was their question. Sorry, I'm not used to one of these mics. Just think about it for a second. What if the sports apparel company knew that 73% of the fans actually didn't care about the post on social media? So what they cared about, the 73% of the fans, wasn't the photo. They could care less. They wanted to buy the shoe line, but now it's been canceled, right? And that is the issue, the $1 million question. They didn't have the answer, okay? So imagine if they did. Well, nowadays you don't have to imagine, because that's what Ekkobar does. Is we actually know how to interpret social media in a very different way than it's been done before to understand what's going on, who's saying what, and how the information is being interpreted. So we can understand the true value for a brand in the conversation. And when people talk to us, they're like, oh, you're social media analytics. And I'm like, no, we're not. Analytics is about counting things. We are a qualitative analysis company. We understand the value of the conversation, who's saying what, how to interpret it, and how the values all come together, right? The key is with your business, you need to understand the value, how you're spending money, and how to handle the big problems. And that's what we're trying to do, is help you understand that information. We focus on modern brands, which we call multi-level, multi-directional organizations. Entertainment, sports, fintech, retail. And someone actually said to us, I like to say we're a data science platform without the data science interface. And then one of my advisors said, well, even a CEO can use it. So I thought that was really good to have. So we've developed quite a number of AI technologies broken into these 8 categories. I don't have time to talk about all of them, but I want to show you a couple of the really cool ones. So the first one is the monitoring and alerting, wait no more. Right? And this is about the here and now. This is about understanding what's happening, when it happens, getting in front of a crisis when it happens, right? So imagine if Jay Morant's agent that's the post, by the way. Imagine if Jay Morant's agent had gotten a text within a minute after this post, called up Jay and said, Jay, delete it. All would have been probably just fine. Second, we have stance detection. And this is something that took us quite a long time to develop. So a lot of people look at sentiment analysis and go, okay, it's positive or negative. Oh yeah, that's true. The problem is it doesn't tell you whether you're for or against, right? And sentiment is an emotional thing. Stance is a determination. I can be for something and still talk negatively. So we actually invented AI that knows how to read social media posts and determine if it's for or against the topic. And let me show you a really interesting example. NASCAR, when they banned the Confederate flag, all these people in from the South and media is like, it's death of NASCAR, it's not going to work. Well, we ran our stance detection software against it and found that 71% of the fans actually supported the ban of the flag. 3 months later, when ticket sales opened, NASCAR sold out. I guess we were right. Another one is impact AI. So a lot of analytic companies will talk about quote unquote engagements, right? Which is really nothing but likes and followers. And I like to say follower count means nothing count. You don't get anything from it. It's just a potential. So we've actually invented AI that understands how to go in and determine how far something is reached, how influential the people were, and how popular the people were in the conversation, right? All to determine who are micro-influencers, who's the right people to work with, and how people are talking. And we actually showed in a demo the other day that someone posted 7 posts of a project we did. They only had 40,000 followers, but those 7 posts reached over 40 million people. There's a big difference between followers and impact, right? And that's part of the key of what we do. And an example are these 3 companies. We did work for all 3. All of them had issues with understanding what happened on social media. And we actually came in and helped them all understand what was going on, what was the impact, and how it all helped their brand. The last thing is image AI, which you'll see a lot of generative AI talk today and tomorrow. And so one of the things we wanted to do was, besides logos and objects, we can determine not safe for work, guns, weapons, drug paraphernalia, and a few other things. But we can also go in and determine deep fakes. Okay, so big issue in Hollywood. I will tell you, I've been in entertainment for 20-something years. I have already built and sold 3 companies. My co-founder's been in entertainment for a long time. This is an industry we know well. People are freaking out in Hollywood about AI for many, many reasons, right? So an agency in New York came to us and said, we're doing influencer marketing on the Flash movie, and we're tracking 10 people and seeing how comments work. And I'm like, well, what about everybody else? And they're like, what do you mean everybody else? We don't know how to track everybody else. No, but we do. So we went in, we did some tracking, and we found out something really interesting. There were quite a number of people that took the trailer from the Flash movie, ran it through generative AI, and we will call it adult-oriented videos they created from the AI with millions of likes on it. And can you imagine what that did to the brand? Nobody knew except us, right? And this is actually one of the pictures that I could show you from this, right? That was done with generative AI. And so this was a big issue for the movie, and they actually had no idea why people were saying certain things on social media until they saw our results. So before I finish up, I want to show you a little bit into the glimpse of the future. We recently formed a partnership with the top blockchain company. And one of the things I want to do is I want to create the first AI-based qualitative analysis system for the Web3 world, right? It's a decentralized market. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot happening. And yet the information is not centralized the way that people need to get it to do what they need to do. So this is a little glimpse into where we're going. And as I wrap up, I always like to say there's something lurking in the data and the key is to surface it. I wonder who said that. But it's a quote I often use because it's true. There's a lot out there in social media data. It's the largest data set in the world. You analyze customer data, retail data, all kind of sales data. Why not analyze social media data too? The answers are out there. So we have a booth right near the buffet. Stop by, see us. We'll give you a demo and show you something interesting in the retail/sports world. So thank you very much.